Y'all still believe in Russell Wilson? Hang on. Anyway, y'all still believe in Russell Wilson? You know, this is what I love about the game of football is that you like what a Jim Mora once said. Sometimes you don't know what you think you know. You think you know, but you really don't know. And you never will. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the National Football League. And if you know anything about the National Football League, you would know that none of this makes sense. Alright? The New York Jets are 2-2 right now. The Falcons are tied for first place with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South. The freaking the Giants are 3-1. I give them credit. They're 3-1. They're winning games. They're doing what you're supposed to do in the NFL. Win games. But still, we're not used to this. And then there's the fact that Denver Broncos fans actually had faith that this time they were going to turn it all around and they finally have a franchise quarterback. Listen, all I'm saying is for the Denver Broncos organization, Denver Broncos need to get their money back. They need to get their money back because Russell Wilson ain't it. Alright? This isn't the same Russell Wilson who threw 22 touchdown passes through the first 6 games back in 2020. Okay? This isn't the same Russell Wilson who did that. This isn't the same Russell Wilson who has had many upon many of MVP caliber seasons, such as 2018, 2019, and 2020. Basically, his last 3 full seasons with the Seattle Seahawks, he had MVP type seasons. Now in 2018, he lost out to, despite the fact that he threw 35 touchdown passes to only 7 picks, he lost out to Patrick Mahomes because Mahomes was just playing at another level. And then 2019, Lamar Jackson was just, again, playing at a whole nother level. And then he lost out in 2020 because he basically, after the first 6 games of the season, after the Arizona game, he kind of fizzled out, in those final 10 games. And that was probably his best chance to win MVP, and he fizzled out down the stretch. And Aaron Rodgers was just doing Aaron Rodgers things. Last season, Russell Wilson threw 4 touchdown passes to open the 2021 season against Indianapolis, basically trying to pick up right where he left off in the first half of the 2020 NFL season. And yeah, he was cooking. And the first half of that Tennessee game, he was cooking. The Seahawks were up 23-7. But somewhere along the line, after that 23-7 start to now, Russell Wilson has just not been the same guy. He just has not. And Denver Broncos fans, y'all need to understand that Russell Wilson, he ain't that guy no more. He just ain't. He ain't that guy no more. Now, you can make as many excuses as you want. Say fire Nathaniel Hackett if you want. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the dude's a terrible head coach. Terrible head coach. He's not worse than Urban Meyer, though. That might have been the worst head coaching tenure we've ever seen since Bob Petrino. But nonetheless, yeah, Nathaniel Hackett should be fired, but at the same time, Russell Wilson may need to get cut, but more importantly, he might need to retire. He looks old, he looks slow, he doesn't look like the same Russell Wilson that was able to, you know, use his reaction times and reaction skills the same way he used to. He just hasn't. And so all them times that we always talk about how much he throws a beautiful deep ball. Well, I wouldn't quite, call this a deep ball, but nonetheless, this was a horrible pass by Russell Wilson. Yeah, okay. Basically, the dude couldn't have thrown a horrible pass. The worst interception you've ever seen in your life since Brett Favre threw that just a doozy to Brian Dawkins in that 0-3 playoff game. I mean, bro, just for all of y'all who didn't watch the game and you just check box scores, bro, just look at this play, man. Look at this play. Excuse me. Give me a second to do this. I mean, this was ridiculous. I had never seen anything like it. Can y'all just take a moment? I joined Uber One because Okay. Just look at it, man. Just look at it. Okay, obviously you guys aren't gonna see it from there. Hold up. There. Okay. Just look at this real quick. Dang, bro, pick it up. Focus. I don't think you guys are picking it up real well. Hold up. As he approaches the 40-yard line. All right, just look at this real quick. Wilson throws off balance, picked off at the 4-yard line. Rodney Thomas has made a couple of really nice plays tonight. So y'all see that? Like, Russell Wilson is just making some dumb, stupid throws. You know, and that was an example of it right there. I mean, he just... It seems like for the first time in my life of watching football and watching Russell Wilson, I feel like he literally is out there playing like he literally doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he seriously has no clue whatsoever what he's doing out there on the field. But hey, I guess that's what the Denver Broncos paid $230 million for. So, as far as I predicted the Broncos to win this game, they didn't have Jonathan Taylor or Nyheim Hines. I didn't think Matt Ryan was going to be able to carry this team, and to be quite frankly with you, he didn't have to carry them. All he had to do was just not play worse than Russell Wilson. And I think it's safe to say that he accomplished that goal. So, with that being said, that might have been the ugliest game I've ever watched. And I just watched the highlights. I'm not going to lie to you. I just watched the highlights. I didn't watch the full game. But from what I saw in the highlights, it was bad. It was horrible. And yeah, for all my people who paid money to Amazon Prime to watch this game, I feel very sorry for you. You probably wasted money on that game because you probably fell asleep like halfway through the second quarter. So, and just fell asleep, from there on. But yeah, man, that was just the most boring, the most ugliest game I've ever seen. Teams combined for what? 9 sacks, 18 penalties, so there were stoppages along the way. So it just made the game even longer, which made it tough for us football fans. But it was horrible. And Nathaniel Hackett passing the ball on 3rd and 4 when you have a 3-point lead with just over 2 minutes to go. That was stupid. That was idiotic. But that's not the point. Russell Wilson, you gotta hang it up. You gotta hang it up, man. You're not that guy no more. You're not. And it's sad because there's guys like Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, who are still active players in the NFL, active quarterbacks. Those guys are playing well beyond the age of Russell Wilson, and they are, playing at a phenomenal level, while Russell Wilson in his mid-30s or so already looks old and slow. Nonetheless, that has been my time, people, and this is Mojo. Excuse me, my apologies. This is NFL Thoughts, out.